shall begin with Shanti Patha Sahana Vavatu. Please sit comfortably with your spine upright and close your eyes. Sahanau bhunaktu saha viryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You may gently open your eyes. Namaste everyone. Once again, welcome. So today's schedule is as follows. We begin with Dr. Rajni Pradhan's welcome note, followed by learning of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, chanting of chapter 1, Sutra 12, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. We would then be having discussion and participation by our participants as they present their views on today's theme, my favorite yoga practice and its value. Then, if time permits, there will be an interesting quiz. For our cultural program, we have Bansuri Vadan, which means Indian bamboo flute recital by Shri Nivedji Goswami. Now, over to Dr. Pradhan.
Namaste. Namaste and welcome to this 4th edition of Yoga Mela. And I thank you all for coming over and joining this Yoga Mela. Very nice to see you, Sonoko. Minnie is there. Okay. So Sid joining in now. So what we are going to do now is maybe we will talk about our upcoming. Hi Sid, how are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks for joining.
My pleasure.
So maybe Shraddha can talk about some of the courses, and then I will talk about some of them. So over to you again, Shraddha. If you can talk about Chaupal and the Sanskrit course.
This month we've had our Yoga Mela. Next month we shall have Yoga Chaupal. And it gives us great pleasure to announce that the Sanskrit course, which was floated on Udemy by Dr. Rajni Pradhan, is only 2 weeks old and it has already become a bestseller.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah. A huge round of applause. And it's all thanks to all of you who've become the part of this course and have shared amazing reviews for the same. Those of you who have not joined the course, please do. It is the course for the beginners who have no knowledge about Sanskrit at all. It is also good for those who have basic knowledge. It will help them go further in their journey. It is also very good for those who are interested in chanting. It will help grammar while chanting. You only have to experience it to know it. So please do experience it. Now, Dr. Pradhan would like to make a few announcements about 2 new upcoming courses.
Yeah. So it's raining good news. All I can say is that. So first thing I want to do is thank you very, very, very much for making the Sanskrit course already a success. I saw, I think this morning, there were some 98 people who have signed for the Sanskrit course. And it gives me great pleasure, great delight that people are interested in Sanskrit. So thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for joining in the Sanskrit course. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I promise you, you will enjoy it. Sonoko, are you enjoying? Yes, thank you very much. Mini, how is it for you?
I've started it, but haven't moved much. But I was looking at it, just getting a general view.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Very thorough.
Yeah.
Very thorough. Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, so the good news was Sanskrit. Now the better news. The better news is that Nada Yoga workshop is this month, 26th and 27th of November. And I assure you that that is going to be something amazing. Okay, I see Sunita Raghav joining in right now. Hi, Sunita, welcome.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about you, Sunita, in a while.
Ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, because you have to wait for that. We're talking about the Nada Yoga. Yeah, Akshay, you can keep that Nada Yoga poster over there. Vidushi Sombala Kumarji. She's a disciple of Ustad Zia Fariduddin Dagar Sahab and Ustad Zia Muhyiddin Dagar Sahab. They are Drupad exponents. Drupad is a genre of Indian classical music which comes right from Vedas. Dhruva Pad, the Samagayan, Dhruva Drupad, and then it comes to Drupad of the today's time. So she is going to guide us on the journey of Nada Yoga. Let me tell you how I got interested in Nada Yoga. There is one shloka in the Hatha Pradipika. Actually, we must study Hatha Pradipika sometime. Let us see. So there is this shloka which says, Rudra Granthi yada bhitva sharva pitha gato nilaha nishpattau vainava shabdah kvanad veena kvano bhavet. When the Rudra Granthi is pierced and the air enters the seat of the Lord, the space between the eyebrows, then the perfect sound like that of a veena is heard. And it is anahatanad. You know, ahatanada and anahatanada. Of course, we are going to have detailed discussion in the Nada Yoga workshop. So this is where my journey into Nada Yoga started. And now, God's grace, Sombalaji has agreed to do this workshop, and it is going to be one awesome thing. Okay, so now for the next thing, Sunita Raghav, I would like you to, yes, we see her here. The next course, okay, so good news and better news, and now here is better than the better news. And that is, let me tell you how the Yoga Sutra chanting courses started. That started because of this girl, Sunita Raghav. She is the girl who gave the idea that we must have chanting classes. And she wanted to do it for herself and her friend. And we were almost about to get into that when we said that why not, invite others also and make it, free and open for anybody who would like to join. And then we in collaboration with Kaivalya Dham, we came up with the chanting course. Then the second thing, again, Sunita's brainchild, she has been after me for explanation of Yoga Sutras. Okay, so your dream is coming true, Sunita, now. And your dream is our dream now. Everybody's dream. Now we are going to have a course on the explanation of Yoga Sutras. Okay, so that is, again, blame it on her, Sunita. So that is going to be in 4 parts or 4 levels. In the beginning, we will be having IKT, Indian Knowledge Tradition. What is Indian Knowledge Tradition? Then we will, everything will be in short. Then we will come to the Shad Darshanas. What are those Shad Darshanas? Then we come to the Yoga traditions. Then we come to the Yoga Sutras. You got the journey. Indian knowledge tradition, Shad Darshanas, then Yoga traditions, and then Yoga Sutras. So first level will have introduction to the entire yoga, not only yoga, entire Indian knowledge tradition. We will get into the Yoga Sutras slowly. We have to know the place where it is placed in the entire picture of Indian traditions. So I thank you, Sunita, for the wonderful idea and also for joining in today. So these were the announcements. In fact, there is one more small announcement that on our Akshay, would you like to talk about the Sanskrit course? What do you call it? Quiz going on the Instagram right now. That is Akshay's brainchild. Okay. So over to Akshay now. So Akshay
Yes.
has been, yeah. Would you like to talk?
Yes, sure. So, namaste, everybody. So happy to see all of you. And so, as ma'am mentioned, we have this Sanskrita course which is going on right now. So happy to float it around and see the response. Also, it's been received very well by people. And so, what we have as a gift for you guys is that we have kept a challenge active on Instagram. So I'm not sure how many of you are on Instagram, but it's a simple challenge that like it has only few terms and we are on our 6th question right now. So you simply need to answer the question and like that post and just share it with friends. And we are gifting this course to 9 people. So, and we've been getting quite a few people responding for, I guess, some of you, I feel Deepak Rastogi, sir, familiar names from previous Mela, but I don't see anybody from here. Yes, Sonokuji, I remember, like she's been actively participating. And yes, so this is the challenge that we have kept. And you're all welcome to participate in this challenge and avail this course. Make use of this opportunity. Yes, thank you.
So thank you very much, Akshay. And let me welcome some more known people, as well as those whom I do not know right now, but I wish to know. So I want to welcome Meghana is there. Antonio, my friend, has come. Then Sunita ji, Sunita Doot. Yeah. So welcome once again. Now we are going to chant. Hi, Antonio. How are you? So nice to see you here.
Namaste.
Namaste, Antonio. Yeah. Very nice to see you. So we are going to chant a few sutras as Shraddha mentioned. So we are going to chant salutations to Bhagwan Patanjali first. Then we will chant Sutra number 12 from the first chapter. Then we will go to the Sutra 23 and continue till 27. Sit comfortably. Samankaya Shiro Grivam, back, neck, and head in one line. We will chant Omkar once, then the prayer. Inhale. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीना पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि Gently open your eyes. First, listen to the sutra, then we will chant word by word and learn. अभ्यास वैराग्याभ्यां तन्निरोधः. Now please repeat. Abhyasa. Shraddha, you can unmute yourself. Abhyasa.
Abhyasa.
Vairagya.
Vairagya.
Abhyasa Vairagya.
Abhyasa Vairagya.
Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam.
Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam.
Tannirodhaha.
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 Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodhaha.
Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodhaha.
Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodhaha.
Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodhaha.
ईश्वर प्रणिधानाद्वा.
Ishvara Pranidhanatva.
ईश्वर
Ishvara
ईश्वर प्रणिधान.
Ishvara Pranidhana.
ईश्वर प्रणिधान.
Ishvara Pranidhana.
ईश्वर प्रणिधानात्.
Ishvara Pranidhanat.
वा.
Va.
ईश्वर प्रणिधानाद्वा.
Ishvara Pranidhanatva.
ईश्वर प्रणिधानाद्वा.
Ishvara Pranidhanatva.
Now just listen to this sutra first. क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशयैरपरामृष्टः पुरुषविशेष ईश्वरः. Now repeat. क्लेश
क्लेश
कर्म
कर्म
विपाक
विपाक
आशयैर
आशयैर
अपरामृष्टः
अपरामृष्टः
पुरुषविशेष
पुरुषविशेष
ईश्वरः.
ईश्वरः
क्लेशकर्म
क्लेशकर्म
क्लेशकर्म विपाक
क्लेशकर्म विपाक
क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशय
क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशय
क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशयैरपरामृष्टः
क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशयैरपरामृष्टः
पुरुषविशेष ईश्वरः.
पुरुषविशेष ईश्वरः
क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशयैरपरामृष्टः पुरुषविशेष ईश्वरः.
क्लेशकर्म विपाकाशयैरपरामृष्टः पुरुषविशेष ईश्वरः
तत्र निरतिशयन् सर्वज्ञबीजम् तत्र
तत्र
निरतिशयम्
निरतिशयम्
सर्वज्ञबीजम्
सर्वज्ञबीजम्
तत्र निरतिशयम्
तत्र निरतिशयम्
सर्वज्ञबीजम्
सर्वज्ञबीजम्
तत्र निरतिशयन् सर्वज्ञबीजम्
तत्र निरतिशयन् सर्वज्ञबीजम्
पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः कालेनानवच्छेदात् पूर्वेषामपि
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 गुरुः
गुरुः
कालेन
कालेन
कालेनानवच्छेदात्
कालेनानवच्छेदा
पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः
पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः
कालेनानवच्छेदात्
कालेनानवच्छेदा
पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः कालेनानवच्छेदात्
पूर्वेषामपि गुरुः कालेनानवच्छेदा
तस्य वाचकः प्रणवः तस्य
तस्य
वाचकः
वाचकः
प्रणवः
प्रणवः
तस्य वाचकः प्रणवः
तस्य वाचकः प्रणवः
तस्य वाचकः प्रणवः
तस्य वाचकः प्रणवः
ॐ with this, now we have come to our discussion, and let us see who would like to begin. Who would like to begin? Sid, is it okay if you begin? Your favorite, your favorite yoga practice and the yoga value, yogic value. If you all remember the Yoga Chopal, Professor Ravindranath Bodhe sir talked wonderfully about the yogic values behind the yogic practices. And I see some people are his students. I see Akshay, Sid, and who else? Tulana is here, then Vishal. All of these people have been his students and they know the wonder that he brings out, the wonderful values he brings out. So he talked about Halasana, Vrikshasana, Dhanurasana, how we should keep our focus on our aim and just become ekagra, single pointed. That way, now we are eager to listen to your favorite yoga practice and the yogic value you think behind that practice. So Sid, over to you now.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think there has been a lot of discussion about when it comes to yoga practice and the values of yoga system. What I feel is these days, this day and age, everyone is talking about yoga and it just seems to be a buzzword, but what's really lacking is the value systems of yoga. So traditionally in Indian, as per the Indian culture and tradition, yoga is practiced and taught with a sense of seva bhav, that we are contributing towards the community with an intention to help someone, and that is purely lacking. I can definitely experience that here in Australia, which is obviously a really big challenge. How do we tackle this challenge? How do we get everyone to come on a single platform and get them to realize that when it comes to yoga, it's a system designed for your physiological as well as psychological well-being. There has to be certain principles and values which needs to be practiced and taught so that more and more people can take full advantage of yoga. Even when it comes to simple, sorry, when I say simple, it's not really that simple, but for example, when it comes to meditation, we always say that we should be facing the Ishanya Disha, which is the northeast of direction. There's a certain system and processes, discipline which needs to be followed, which is basically preferably practicing meditation early in the morning, empty stomach, before the sunrise, preferably having a bath before the meditation. So these are, really small things which obviously facilitates the entire process of when it comes to yogic practice. So these are some of my observations. So it is really important to thoroughly understand the value systems, the basic principles of yoga. So more advantage can be taken from yogic practices. This is my personal observation, and this is something which I try to follow on a day-to-day basis. Even when in the process of me teaching to some of my students locally here in Australia, I always get them to get to the basics of yoga, the foundation of yoga, and I insist heavily onto the value systems of yoga. So that's basically what my observation is. That's what I feel everyone should follow and practice. I open the floor to someone else who wants to share what their interpretation is when it comes to the value systems of yoga.
So, Sonoko, would you like to talk about your practice and the values?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Good you all. Thanks for having this wonderful event, Rajani Mom. Thank you. I do like practicing every day as much possible. In the morning, I start having meditation, and I do pranayama practice. Not much asana practice, but then I'm a yoga instructor, so I go to studio and teach yoga lesson and come home and I do chanting. Basically, I do this every day. Value for doing this practice, it just made me so overcome, just make me so relaxed, and basically changed my personality to be a very relaxed person. So I think this is really works for me, and I think I want to teach this to people so they can have same thing like me. That's what I want to do. So I think that's my thoughts of yoga value. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonoko. And thank you, Sid, for sharing your views. Now, Minnie, would you like to talk?
Well, my practice is also I wake up in the morning and do my pranayama and meditation. And I'm now into Reiki also, so I do some Reiki and channelize some Reiki for the good of the world and for my friends. And after that, later in the morning, I have a yoga class. And when I'm teaching, usually, I also teach, try to bring in the asanas values. Like if I'm teaching balasana, I'll go beyond the physical. First, get comfortable in the physical and then go beyond it. That how balasana is inward looking. It brings you inside you. It's like a plant before it turns, it's a seed. So it's for grounding. It's like a seed before it shoots off its shoot and the root. Right now, it's just you, like a seed, be in yourself. And then beyond that, first the physical, then the psychological, and then try to go beyond it. I teach them because they haven't any kind of experience. I just tell them to just focus between the eyebrows, the beginning. So that's my method. And if I'm teaching a mountain pose like Tatasana, so I'm trying to tell them, try to focus on your physical aspect first and see what muscles you're using and how, even in that stability, in this not moving, you are not supposed to be moving in Tatasana, standing straight, feeling tall. You're using so many muscles. Just go inside yourself first in the physical world, and then feel like a mountain, like a tall, feel the confidence of the mountain. So that's how I lead them in my practice. and try to, in every asana, try to bring out what is more than just the asana. First, get comfortable in that asana and then go beyond it, basically. So, gradually leading them towards the psychological and the spiritual without even then knowing that they are going there that way, because it has to be, the values have to just get imbibed gradually. If you teach them and tell them, they feel that they are being taught. They don't need to be. There's just, while you're practicing, it's just imbibed in that practice. So that's how I go in my classes, and we always end with a little bit of quiet time. I also teach some pranayam, the basic pranayam, so that they calm down their minds. And this is, and of course, I try to in the evening. When I do my meditation in the evening, I try to do chanting with that. Practice some chanting. This is my practice.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mini. Actually, I would like you to pick up one of your favorite practice, talk about that, and talk about the yogic values that we can get out of that practice. Maybe Purnima, you would like to thank you very much, Mini, for your wonderful, wonderful sharing your experiences. Purnima and then Palina, would you also like to? Yeah, and Antonio, I see Antonio is there, so you can keep yourself ready to talk after Purnima.
Can I keep video off?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Purnima.
Okay. So my favorite practice, I prefer pranayam. I like most the pranayam, and in that pranayam, I like Brahmari most. So the Brahmari is a pranayama that is a humming sound resembling that of a bee. So even that is consist of two stages. Like during exhalation, it's like a female bee which is of a lower frequency and of lower pitch, and of higher frequency sound during the inhalation, be resembling to a humming bee of humming of a male bee. So what I like most in this pranayama is, apart from Keval Kumbhaka in between, there is a fine lulling effect of this pranayama on the mind, and which leads to laya. So we feel like some merger, not up to the samadhi, but something nearer to that. That lulling effect is there. And again, it has that three-dimensional awareness is created by this pranayama, and that three-dimensional awareness is felt by the whole body. And as the Brahmari stops, the resonance continues more and more, and we'll be able to feel the vibrations in the body and beyond. So gradually, that awareness expands towards the all-pervasive awareness. Of course, I have not gone up to that, but still, I like that, like vibrations, that resonance which felt by whole body. So it feels like composure of mind and some egolessness. So these values, these are created that I like most in this pranayama.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you very much, Purnima. Actually, Brahmari pranayama is something like, beginning of Nada Yoga. That is where we start.
Actually, I think not much research has been done, but this can be, it is a topic of research. I think you can combine this with the chanting. So after chanting also, we get the same soothing effect, which is beyond, we can't describe that, what effect we get.
Anirvachaniya. We cannot explain.
Yes.
We cannot explain, we cannot describe. It is only to be felt when we, after chanting, it is unimaginable bliss.
Yes, yes.
I think that is the word which comes close to. Antonio, do you agree? Paulina, do you agree that after chanting, we don't want to do anything?
Yes.
We
Yes.
don't want anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't desire anything.
That's true. Yes.
We become nothing.
Speechless, thoughtless.
Yeah,
beyond
yeah.
appreciation.
It is bringing us to the Tadadrashtu Swarupe Vasthanam,
Yes, yes, yes,
bringing ourselves to ourselves.
yes.
You know, so it's like the one whom I'm searching is nowhere outside.
So within me.
It is a search within.
Within me. Yes.
And chanting, for me, it takes me closer to myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Purnima,
Thank you.
for bringing out your wonderful experience and sharing with us. Thank you very much. Antonio?
Yes, Rajaniji, thank you. Um, um, Similar to Purnima, I like the effects of chanting. I feel as if I'm tuning into something. Before, I used to start my mornings trying to do some of the Shat Kriyas, and then I'd do a bit of meditation and then do the asana on a good day. But since I started chanting with you 2 years ago, I've also tried to learn some other things from the Veda with swara, right? And this has been very hard for me. But I'm now doing the chanting first thing in the morning because it gets me in a very easy way, vibrating or on a certain level, where everything else after that seems to come, I'll say, not just easier, but more comfortably. If I choose to do asana later, it's better. If I choose to communicate or have to deal with people, it's better. I don't know what, I know I can feel as if I'm doing things for myself, and it's exactly what you said, Rajaniji, about it's not really as if I'm getting anything. You don't really want anything. You feel a bit content and satisfied. But at the same time, now I haven't really been doing it too long, but it's long for me. I feel as if I'm not imposing anything on anybody, but maybe, and I know that I'm doing something for something that's outside of me. At the least, it's maybe disturbing my neighbors early in the morning, but but I know that there's something happening. I really do feel it. Yeah, thank you. That's so basically my morning is I wake up, I'll do a bit of a sutra and jala neti, and I'll do a bit of nauli, and that seems to already be my sort of asana. It's preparing me, and then it's chanting. It'll be the sutras and then some sort of prarthanas, and so that's where what I've been doing recently. That's where I'm at.
So thank you, Antonio, for sharing your experiences with us. It's
Thank you.
wonderful. It's wonderful to know what it can do to us.
Mm.
Yeah. And I feel when we are one with our practice, then we become more firm in our own self, and we don't lose our composure on small things, like we don't get angry, we don't get agitated, we don't get disturbed very easily. And these practices bring me to myself. They center me firmly, and then I'm not shakeable easily. Things may happen outside. Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to say it's showing me who I am or what I can also be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, sometimes I feel we get lost in the world, in the things of the world, and in this world of these things, and we lose ourselves. And we don't even realize that. And if we realize it at very later stage, then we are not in a position to go through the rigor of those practices and those things that we need to practice. We do not have the strength to do things. Then actually, when I see young people sitting right here, Akshay is there, Sid is there, Palina, you all, Shraddha, you all young people, you got it at a young age. You are richer than us, but at least we got at old age. I mean, old or whatever we call, we got at this age. So I find myself lucky enough. So make the best use of this knowledge, all of you young people, and be the best that you can be, and do as much good work as you can. So happy to hear your experiences. Now let us see, is Palina? Yeah, Palina is here. Then Mami, would you like to talk as well? Yeah, okay, so first Palina and then Mami.
So, namaste everyone.
Yeah,
First,
namaste.
my sincerest apologies, I was late. I was on the road.
No problem.
So I am an Ashtanga practitioner. Morning, I wake up, do my practice, and I start my asana practice, and then I teach Ashtanga at around 6:30. And the practice itself is like 2 hours. And then after teaching, I would come home, get tired, and I would study chanting for 1 hour. And I was really struggling to make time for chanting, because then I teach in the evening also. And just since 2 weeks ago, I realized I changed it to, before my asana practice, I do chantings. So the way I've made it is like, I do 1 to 10, for example, sutra, I'm in chapter 1, I'm going back to chapter 1 to review until I feel the chantings. So I'm doing sutra 1 to 10, I'm in the 10th one. And then I listen at least 3-4 times until I feel the meanings of it. And then I practice, do my Ashtanga practice. So I'm noticing that I'm more calmer in my practice. I'm like more focused, and there is that sense of inner peace I cannot explain. I'm more grounded, and I feel my practice becomes more fulfilling. And then I add the next one, and then I review the 3 early morning. I'm adding 1 at a time, and the new one that I add, I make sure I think about it the whole day. So when I'm on the road, I'm thinking about it, trying to memorize, because I think when you memorize it, you feel the words more. So I'm working on that, but I'm still struggling. So chanting definitely helps a lot. And I specifically want to move on to chapter 2, where sadhana comes in, because I am more of a I like more work, less talk. So sadhana really guides you. And I really want to move on, but I want to first understand what samadhi is. So, and chapter 1 is the one that talks about samadhi. So I cannot rush through it. I'm taking it bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah. But chanting has really helped me a lot in my practice. I can definitely say that.
Thank you, Palina. Thank you for sharing your views with us. In fact, to tell you the truth, without chanting, we cannot study that text, whatever it is. It can be Bhagavad Gita, it can be Upanishads, it can be any Vedic literature or Yoga Sutras or any other sutras, any other shloka or stotra or anything. Without chanting, without knowing the original text, it is not possible to go to the heart, to the core of that subject matter. We can know it superficially by translations. But if we want to know the soul and heart and core of that subject matter, we must know the original text. We must chant it, sing it, recite it, any which way that we know. And it is important to know it correctly. So thank God that we have gurus who are here to teach us. We are getting it from them, and thank God that we have a small community like, all of you wonderful people with whom we can share time to time our views, and we can be on the same page. I don't know how, and I am trying to bring out something where we can be connected, we can be in touch with all of us can be on the same page. I do not know how to do that, but someday we have to do that so that we are connected all the time. If there's a confusion, just post your confusion, somebody will answer. We do have some of the groups like that, and if we do not have, let us have. This Mela is just once a month, which I feel is not sufficient. We need our oxygen more often. Okay, thank you, Palina. Now, may I request Mami?
Namaste, everyone.
Yeah, namaste.
I'm very happy to see your faces and hear your voices. And about my favorite yoga practice, my favorite practice is chanting and nada yoga. So to be honest, I'm not understand the meaning well of chanting. I still learning by the sound only, and I started to join the CCY CCY class now. It's just started, but I when I try to chanting or doing nada yoga, singing raga, I feel it's very hard to say, but it brings me tears. So it reminds me what's the real nature, or what is myself or something. It's very hard to say, but feeling something very, very important things. And it's very surprising for me to know the Indian wisdom of the sound, and every chanting and every sounds is very very strong and touching me. So yes, I love to chant and I love to sing, sing or hearing. Nada yoga is not only sing, and but yes. So yes, nada yoga and chanting. So yes, I'm very happy to learning from Rajanijis. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you very much. I know how much you are connected, how much you are one with your practices. I know that, Mommy. Yeah, and you're very sincere. I really congratulate you for being such a wonderful person. And the good news for you is this Nada Yoga workshop is going to happen in this month end. You must attend that. It is for you.
It's during my CCY.
Oh yeah.
So
yes, I know that.
I after last lecture, I will join.
Yes.
But maybe I will late. So
yeah, we will see how to adjust that.
Okay.
I also have lectures in there. We have to adjust all those things. We will do that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mommy. Now, may I know if anybody else would like to talk as well? Is there anybody who would like to?
I would just quickly like to add a few things.
Yes.
Earlier, I completely missed out.
Yes,
if I may.
Yes.
This is going back a couple of years ago. Growing up in India, in Pune city, my mother always used to insist on practicing Surya Namaskar early in the morning. And she used to insist on doing at least minimum of 5 Surya Namaskar, ideally 12 Surya Namaskar by, memorizing the 12 names of sun, for example, Om Surya Narayan Nama, Om Bhaskarayan Nama, Om Aditya Nama, and uttering those words and then performing the Surya Namaskar. Later on, after I came here in Australia, as and when life evolves, you get mixed up in so many other things, got busy until recently, while I was really struggling, having to travel back and forth for work purposes, workload and everything. I was kind of a bit stressed and everything. And she, even after so many years, she kept on insisting on, have you been practicing Surya Namaskar? And again, I basically got into it. So every morning I made a routine of getting early in the morning before the sunrise, doing the Surya Namaskar, followed by pranayam and meditation. So that was the sequence I was following, from physical, so a journey from gross to subtleness. That's the only reason why even Sage Patanjali prescribed Ashtanga yoga in that same sequence.
Yes. Yes.
And then later on, I started getting into the science of what Surya Namaskar really is. So unlike all other Ashtanga asanas, Surya Namaskar is one asana which is basically designed to neutralize those two subtle energies when we talk about Purusha and Prakriti. It basically really helps you to neutralize those two subtle energies, because sometimes when one energy is sort of more dominant, practicing Surya Namaskar on a daily basis automatically brings some balance in your life. Again, going back to Bhagavad Gita, when it says, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, it's all about balance, balancing those two energies. So practicing Surya Namaskar on a regular basis, followed by pranayam, really you can, experience that level of achievement and balance in your life. Also, Surya Namaskar, as the name actually, says a lot, because it mainly aggravates your Manipuraka, the solar plex chakra. So practicing Surya Namaskar on a daily basis aggravates your Surya, Manipuraka chakra, and actually helps you for your longevity of life. So You will definitely address all the chronic illnesses. If you feel lethargic, practicing Surya Namaskar on a daily basis will definitely help you to overcome all those challenges, provided you do in a right sequence, early in the morning, facing the sun, ideally the northeast of direction, and always finish the session with pranayam, anulam vilom, 5-10 minutes of meditation, and you will feel the difference. So I was again very much calm and relaxed, and I was so happy that my mother basically reminded me of practicing Surya Namaskar. So if you all can incorporate that practice in your life, you will definitely see the results. Now that you already have shared your wonderful experiences, you will definitely experience, and you can obviously take it to the next level.
So thank you, Sid, again. Now may I request Shraddha to talk about her favorite yoga practice and the yogic value she thinks.
It's wonderful to know all your experiences and the value system that we instill when we practice yoga, and how deeper our practices can get because of these values. So my favorite yoga posture or yogasan is Hasta Padasana, which is a forward bending posture. The value that is attached to a forward bending posture is to be egoless, to be to let go, to surrender. So when I do the practice, I enjoy staying in that posture for a little while and breathing in the posture and allowing myself to surrender and to let go, remind myself to let go of the ego, the big, huge, inflated ego, and surrender to the will of higher reality. So also, it is not necessary that we have to do the physical posture to derive the value from the posture. There was a period when I had a severe back issue and I couldn't do the forward bend. So I would just think about it in my head that I am surrendering. So when you can't do a posture does not mean you can't derive the value out of it. You get the value system is in the mind, not in the body. So we can just think for a while that you are surrendering to the back issue. It's okay to have it sometime. You can't be perfect all the time. So, that really keeps you going and keeps building that faith inside you that things are going to get better. Yeah, so this is my favorite posture and the value attached to it.
Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you for sharing your favorite yoga practice as well. Now is the time for magic. And what that magic is, Shraddha will tell us about what that magic and that magician and musician is. Okay, so Shraddha, so today we are going to have Bansuri recital, and the artist for today is Mr. Nived Goswami. Shraddha will tell about him.
I welcome Nivedji. The artist is Nivedji Goswami. He is the disciple of Pandit Rupak Kulkarni ji. He has been getting trained under his guidance since last 4 years. He's playing Bansuri, which means the flute, since last 8 years. He has done his master's in performing arts. He has done his MA in Bansuri from Chinmaya Nada Bindu Gurukula. He is a performing artist and also teaches Bansuri at Venu Geet Music Academy. Over to you, Nivedji.
Namaskar, pranam to all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So I want to thank Dr. Rajni Pradhan ji for giving me this opportunity to play in front of you. Today I'll be presenting Rag Bihag, which is an evening raga, And when I say that this is an evening raga, means every rag has a specific time. The ancient scholars of music have given specific time to each raga, as it has a effect on the mind and the body if the player or the listener listens to it at a specific time. And I want to say, like Dr. Rajni Pradhan ji was asking, which is your favorite yogic exercise? So I would say Brasuri playing is my favorite exercise, as it's all about breathing. What we call it, the pran vayu. So it's like pranayam. So I do it every day, now and then. Just so I'll be playing Rag Bihag, a short alap, jod, and a gat in Rupak Tal, which is 7 beats. So Rag Bihag. Thank you.
Thank you.
If anyone has any questions, they can ask me.
Oh, it was awesome, blissful, absolutely amazing.
I hope to come again if you call me again to play.
To him, if there's anything you want to ask or share with him, he's here for you all.
I have a question. Can I?
Yeah.
How do I get your music? Do you have any CDs or anything?
I have a YouTube channel and I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
And I teach Basuri from beginners to advanced level, online and offline. So you can join with me.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
music pieces on the YouTube. I have been listening to him on YouTube, and he is a disciple of Pandit Rupak Kulkarni ji, and he's been studying at the Chinmaya Nad Bindu Gurukula, which is a part of Chinmaya mission, to which I also belong. So we belong to the same Chinmaya mission, and he is one of the finest students from that Gurukula and one of the finest human being as well. Yeah. So once again, I thank you, Nivedji, for coming here, and we all enjoyed your music immensely. Yes, Shraddha. Nivedji, will it be possible for you to share your YouTube? Okay, Akshay, what you can do is post the Instagram, no, not Instagram, Telegram, the Telegram group link. In the meantime, if Nivedji can share his YouTube link and his Instagram, what do you call it? Link? No, not link.
Yeah, I have shared it in the chat. My YouTube name is Nived Goswami. If you search it, you will find it there. And my Instagram is Nived_Goswami. So you will find me there.
Thank you for sharing your details. So now I want to thank each one of you for making this Mela happen. I want to once again thank my dear friend Praveena Shetty for beginning this program, giving this idea, and she began this program. Then I want to thank Shraddha and Akshay for taking it ahead. Actually, they've been doing the things throughout the month, and that is how it happens. I want to thank Nivedji for coming over to Mela, and thank you, all of you wonderful people, because of whom Mela could happen. So once again, thanking everybody, and hoping and wishing well for everybody, and hoping to see you next month in the Chopal. So we say namaste and bye-bye to one and all.